I will admit that I genuinely enjoy dunking on Republicans who are stupid enough to think that there's no difference between politicians like Nancy Pelosi and AOC and put them in the same category, or say that they're coastal elites and there's no differences between them. I mean, this is absurd. There's no nuance. And you look like a clown if you say something like this. But I mean, Republicans have always been hyperbolic, but they're now taking their hyperbole to a new level, a level that we really haven't seen since the Obama era, when they were concerned trolling about maybe he's a secret Marxist, which is a joke because he's not a Marxist at all. He couldn't be further from being a Marxist. But now, what one Republican at least is saying, Tom Fitton, a far-right political pundit, is that, these large corporations that the left rails against, they're actually not capitalist at all. And in fact, they are the allies of the left because they're helping us overthrow capitalism and institute a full-blown communist regime. Yes, you heard that correct. He's going to suggest here in this clip that I'm going to play for you that large multi-billion-dollar companies are not capitalist, they're communist, and they're helping us overthrow capitalism. He believes this. Someone who gets paid to do political commentary said this on national television in an interview with Lou Dobbs on Fox Business. Now, this was a discussion that they were having about Donald Trump denouncing the far-left fascists, which isn't a thing. But watch what you see here, because this conversation was genuinely unhinged.
But I want to get, if you will, a sense from you as to the president taking on, for the first time, corporate America and its role in this left-wing fascism that is being bred in this country. I have to give the president great credit because that took great courage.
Well, that was one of the most important speeches, not only of his presidency, but of any recent American presidency, in terms of highlighting the left's assault on our freedoms. And one of the dirty little secrets, the left would have you believe that corporate America is on the side of the right or conservatives. That's far from the truth. On cultural constitutional issues, the leftists control the corporations. They're pressuring social media to censor Trump, censor conservatives. They are subsidizing, literally, the left that's trying to overthrow the country now through a communist revolution. It's a troubling time period, and we got to highlight that corporations are no friend of our values on these key issues.
But when it comes to buying politicians, rigging the economy, polluting the planet for profit, dismantling workers' rights, busting up unions, then these large corporations are definitely our allies. I mean, what a delusional take. Who believes this? Like, listening to him speak almost made my head explode. That's how stupid this individual is, and it's so frustrating to me that the people who shill for capitalism the most are the ones who typically understand it the least. If you want to understand the motivations of these types of large multinational corporations, all you have to do is follow the money. The one thing that they want to do is maximize profit, and that's it. They are not woke because they want communism or cultural Marxism, whatever delusional conspiracy theory you believe. Any action that they take is going to be to serve the interests of their shareholders, to maximize profits, and that's it. That's the one thing that you use to dictate their behavior, to try to predict what they're trying to do. The question is, will this make me money? If yes, then I will take that course of action. So, I mean, if you're a capitalist, then you should understand this the most. I, a socialist, shouldn't have to explain this to capitalists, but here we are. Now, Lou Dobbs, also, we can't let him off the hook. He said that Donald Trump was so brave to call out the role of corporate America in assisting left-wing fascism. Left-wing fascism is not a thing. Fascism is inherently right-wing, right? It's right-wing authoritarianism. It's totalitarianism that hinges on nationalism. So, I mean, for you to say left-wing fascism, that's like saying the alt-left is a thing. It's delusional, it doesn't exist, and you're basically just saying, no, you, but to the left, right? When we say you're being increasingly fascist as a far-right party, your response is to say, well, what about the far-left fascists? It doesn't work because that's not the way that ideology works, because it's convenient for you. So Tom Fitton, he says that the left is assaulting our freedom. So we'll kind of take this, sentence by sentence here. And my question to that, before we get to the communism thing, is how exactly are the left assaulting your freedoms when the president just a month ago threatened to violently crack down on protesters using the military?